I'm John Fedchock.
And we're pairing a cocktail with a track from John's new album, Into the Shadows, available now.
The tune we're going to pair the cocktail with is a great old standard that's been sung and played by many musicians over the years. It's called Nature Boy, and it was made into a huge hit by the great Nat King Cole.
So I'm doing the King Cole cocktail. This cocktail is old.
How old is it?
It's super old. It was first printed in 1916, so it must predate that. But it's sort of like an old-fashioned. So if you're interested in old-fashioned, chances are you're going to be digging on this one. So what you'll need, handy-dandy stir. We're going to be stirring this, not shaking it. We're going to need a strainer so all that ice doesn't fall into your drink. We're going to need something to put all the liquor in. You're going to need 2 old-fashioned glasses. You might also want to use martini glasses if you don't want to put ice in it. Maybe it's the winter time and you want to warm up. You know, it's pretty hot here, so we're going to be using ice today. You're going to need a peeler. This is a Y peeler, easier to peel strips of orange peel off of, which we're going to be garnishing. You're also going to want some pineapple chunks on sticks. For the alcohol, what you're going to need is a very delicious drinkable bourbon. Here we have the Woodford Reserve. We usually tend to make bourbon mixed drinks with Evan Williams. It's a nice B-flat bourbon.
We use the Black Label, which is kind of the mid-range. It's good for mixing.
This is also very drinkable on its own. We just ran out of Evan Williams, so that's what we're using today. 4 shots of that bad boy. We're going to be using Fernet Branca. This is an Italian Amaro, also known as bitters. In a typical old-fashioned, you use Angostura bitters, but we're using this, so it'll be slightly minty. It'll also add extra spice and extra bitterness. You will need some simple syrup. Like I said yesterday, simple syrup is easy to make. It's 1 part sugar to 1 part water. You boil it on the stove, let it cool down, put it in your fridge. And like I said before, you're gonna need an orange for garnish and some pineapple chunks, preferably on sticks.
This drink is a good match for my arrangement of Nature Boy because it's got a little extra spice to it. I put an Afro-Cuban groove to it, and it's got a little bit more bitter direction to it with some more advanced harmony and things that kind of give it more of a spicy direction.
Not nearly as smooth as the original.
Not as smooth as the next.
More pointed.
Yes.
So what you're gonna need, 4 shots, like we said, of that delicious, delicious bourbon. Want to sniff it?
That's bourbon.
By the way, that's 4 shots for 2 drinks. It's 2 shots per drink. You also use a 1/2 ounce of the Fernet Branca. That's a 1/4 ounce per drink. If you're just making one, you gotta know these things. You also use a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. This is something that is to taste, so if you find this drink too sweet, you can always adjust the simple syrup accordingly. Now we're gonna put some ice in here. So I've got my ice in here and I'm gonna stir it for about 20 seconds. You'll also notice in our delicious glasses, I put a giant square ice cube. We also have some round ice cube molds in there, but regular ice is just fine. We're just being fancy for you. I'm gonna stir. That's about enough of that. I'm going to strain it into the 2 glasses. All right, you're gonna want to take your peeler. Don't cut yourself.
By the way, this is the first time we'll have tasted this drink, and it's the first time we've assembled it, so any amateur assembly is due to that fact.
All
It
right.
doesn't change the way it tastes.
I also should mention that these cocktail picks were given to us by our dear friend Ein and Serto. So thank you, Ein, for classing up our proceedings. All right, so as you see, I'm peeling the orange and I'm folding it so it looks a little bit fancier. Sticking it on that pineapple chunk and placing it over the glass. If I was super fancy, I would take the orange peel over the glass and sort of release the oils into the drink. I didn't do that. So there you have it, the King Cole cocktail. Thanks for drinking with us. Have a listen to John's new album, and we'll see you back again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Cheers.